Hi guys, welcome to another video here on my channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Lakia and welcome to the Chaotic Critic family. For my returning subscribers, welcome back. Here on my channel, I share planning and organizational videos, plus so much more over on my blog, chaoticcritic.com. The link is always in the description box. The whole premise of my channel is to share with you guys how I'm crushing the chaos in my life, with hopes that you'll be inspired and encouraged to crush the chaos in yours. Today's video is another addition in my Planning for 2020 series. If you're new to the channel, I will have the entire series linked in the description box for you to check out. But in a nutshell, it has featured videos with tips and tricks on how to help you choose the right planner in the new year so you can ultimately crush your goals. Today we're going to be talking about a personal size planner. A personal size ring bound planner to be specific. If you checked out my last video, I talked about why I chose a disc bound planner over a ring bound and a traveler's notebook. The disc bound planner that I'm currently using is this ARC half letter system. I have full details on this in the description box, so check there if you're interested in creating a system of your own, and I have much more videos to come on that. But I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys a setup for those that want to use a ring bound planner or have a ring bound planner if you're looking for inspiration. And a lot of these hacks that I'm going to show you guys, tips, what have you, can be used in the current planner system you have regardless of what the planner is. So I want you guys to think outside the box and be creative and be resourceful, most importantly. So I mentioned also in my video of Don't Fall into the Planner Trap that there's this fine line between, you want to try something new because you think it might work for you versus what other people have. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll have it linked for you to check out. But if you're looking to try a planner and it's really on your mind, I would recommend one of two things. Get it on clearance or use a coupon to get it, or if you are looking at a more luxurious version, find one that is a cheaper alternative. So there are a lot of personal size covers out there. I mean, gorgeous covers. But before you take that plunge into a more luxe version, look at the cheaper alternative before you commit to that. So I wasn't sure when I was using this ring bound planner if I wanted it to be my system. And this I paid under $10 for, and while the color is not something I would gravitate to now, I have used this for the purpose that I needed it, and I don't feel like I wasted money. And with everything that I have inside of it, which I'm going to share with you guys in this setup video, I didn't really spend any money either because I used my stash. So this particular cover is from Michaels. It is the Creative Year binder. This is the personal size. It retails for $20.99, but I got it on sale myself for under $10, and it's currently on sale now for $12.59. There's also an A5 version which retails for $31.99. That's currently on sale for $19.19. These sale prices are doorbusters, so you cannot use coupons with them. And they also have inserts that you can add to this, which range from $7.99 to $9.99, generally speaking, from what I found as a consensus price. Now, this planner did come with 3 dividers, which are pretty nice dividers, so just 3. And then it also came with 36 planning sheets, which I believe were these to-do ones. So this planner I originally purchased when I did my planning for, I don't know if it was 2017 series, but it was gold, and I ended up giving it away to one of my Chaotic Critic fan members, and I wanted to get one for myself. I had been thinking about it, and I enjoyed this for the time being, but as I mentioned in my previous video of why I chose Discbound, this was just a little too small for me, and I'm not too much of a fan of binder style planners. This just screams binder to me. I don't know. Personal preference when it comes to that. But let's go ahead and get into the setup. This setup is going to feature a mix of both functional and decorative elements. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you guys through both. So let's start out with functional first. All right, so also before we get into the functional elements, let me just show you this planner really quick, the basics. It does have a snap closure. Here are the 6 rings. It has 3 card slots over here, another pocket, a pocket here, and then a little slit here, and then a pocket in the back. I have completely transformed this in more ways than one. You're going to see all that in this setup. So starting off with the functional elements, I'm going to go ahead and put the 3 dividers. Now, these dividers did not come with the stickers on here, but this is a great and quick and easy way to change the design to make it more of your own, to take these regular dividers that have this plain little horizontal lines here and then these 2 quotes, believe the very best and make great things happen, to just add a sticker on top of it to give it a little more decorative touch. And I even did that with the dividers in my Discbound system, just adding a little subtle touch of decoration, really just, I don't know, it makes it your own without having to go too crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and put all 3 dividers in. Now, as for the paper that goes in here, I do have some of these left over, but another great tip is to take those list pads that you may have accumulated from Dollar Tree or the Target One Spot. I mean, you can literally get them anywhere. Cut them down, hole punch them, and voila. So this one just says important. This one says jot it down. Some of these were already the size that I needed it to be. And this one is one that I had to cut down, but the jotted down one just fit perfectly in here. I would also say don't fixate too much on everything being a precise size. Play around with it. So while I like everything to be the same length, I don't care too much about the width. Again, that comes down to personal preference, but that's one option there. This was another list pad that I had from Target, and I just went ahead and cut it down, and the width, as you can see, is a little bit shorter, but that is quite all right. Oh, there's another one of those to-do ones, but the width is fine being a little bit different, and I would use this one to track. This is a good kind of space to track, and I also had the calendar sticky notes. Those fit great on here as well. Then I also had some grid paper and some dot grid paper. I had 2 types of dot grid paper. These were actually from those dollar notebooks at Michael's. I took them out of the binding and I went ahead and cut them down, hole punched them, and that's that. And then I had some other dot grid paper. I'm not sure where that one's from, but I did the same thing. And then I had picked up some from Heidi Swap line, and I got it from Hobby Lobby in the clearance section, and I went ahead and cut that down too. So a lot of it's just making use of what I had. And I know that I saw a comment on my last video about using the Discbound with regular printing paper. No, that's not the best bet with this. You do have to use a little bit of thicker paper for this to really work. But I feel like when you're doing dailies, like something like the list pad, dailies or notes would go great with this because it's not something that you really need for reference. But if you do want to have something and be able to continue to have it in your planner and have a little more durability, then I would go with a thicker paper. But also to make the paper a little bit thicker, you could also put washi tape and hole punch it that way. As for the hole punch that I used for all this, it was a regular hole punch. I don't have a 6-ring punch. Michael's, I believe, does have a hole punch. I believe Hobby Lobby has one too. I didn't have one, so yes, I ended up hole punching this all by myself, but it wasn't that crazy. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and put the paper into different sections, and then we're going to move on to the decorative elements. So in this first section, which I would use for just regular tracking and wellness in general, I'm going to put this paper that I have here from, this is from Target, as I said, and then this second section would be the planning section for me, and that is where I'm going to put all of this grid paper. And the grid paper actually wasn't that hard to cut down. The 8.5 by 11 sheet that I had, I literally just cut it in half and then sized it that way. And then I'm also going to go ahead and put some of these jotted down and important ones in the front as well as the to-do. Just so that I can have these for daily. So this is a good spot to put that. And then the last section is just going to be for notes and reference. And what I do love about these kind of interchangeable planning systems is that you can rotate out what you want to have in your planner at any given time. And if you're looking for a means as to filing away, you don't have to put it necessarily into another planner. You can just get in a little accordion folder and keep what you want. I know some people just throw their stuff away when they're done. I will say that I'm not that person. I like to keep my planner. That's just who I am. But if you throw it away, fine. But if you do want to keep it, you can put it in an accordion folder if you don't want to have it in a separate filing system. Well, a separate planner, I should say. Now let's move on to the decorative. So now that we have the functional deco out of the way, let's move on to the pure deco. Super duper cute. I love watching planner flips and planner setups because I love the deco that people add. The theme of this planner in general was very girly. I just love the different layers and colors and textures that I added to this. And what I did first was make these two little dividers, and I made these using those baseball card holders I got them from Staples. I cut them down. I used washi tape so that I could hole punch it, again being resourceful. And I used a paper pad from Webster's Pages, another clearance item that I had in my stash. And I went ahead and decorated the pockets. Again, the girls are from Pear Tea Paperie. And so are these Starbucks cups. All of this stuff will be linked in the description box for you to check out. But again, just a way for you to, add a little decoration. So I did those. And then I also made some dividers. Well, dashboards, I should say. And this one was just using scrapbook paper. Now, if you wanted them to be thicker, of course, double the scrapbook paper if you want more of a cohesive look as well. But this, I just cut the paper down, hole punched it, and I popped a sticker on the front. Subtle touches that make all the difference. And then this one is a sticker with other stickers around it. These girls are Simply Kish, and then these are Pear Tea. And then on the back, this is when I was using this particular setup, I used the back to note the food that I wanted to eat and not eat because my best friend's wedding was coming up at the time and I wanted to, get my body right. So I had food restrictions and what I should eat. And that's what I had that's why I had a whole separate wellness section. I was tracking my mental health, migraines, my menstrual cycle, all that stuff, all in one section. So those are those two. So that's an example of that. Of course, you can print stuff off of the internet. And this, if you guys have seen Black Panther, this was one of the funniest scenes. So yeah, hey auntie. So that's just like a little inside joke there. And then another thing, again, printing things off. This was actually a freebie. Carolyn Plans, and I think it was See Amy Draw. You could take a screenshot and print it out, and that's what I did with that. Journaling cards are another one that you can do and add in. Again, not everything is the same exact size, and I like how that adds a little bit of dimension to the setup. But these are journaling cards, and I went ahead and put two of them together, and these were Teresa Collins from Joann's. And then these I found at Hobby Lobby. And I did have to go ahead and add an extra hole on some of these. And this one just says Dream It, Do It. They are double-sided. So another clearance find that I had that I put inside of here and worked out good. And then last but not least, I had a whole bunch of vellum inside of here. I get vellum primarily from Hobby Lobby. That's in my area, that is the most that I can find. But you can buy vellum and get digital downloads and print it that way as well. So I just have a whole bunch of vellum. I had a sticker here. I don't need that anymore. All right. So this one was cut a little bit shorter. This one, I love this leopard. I have this white one, this gold one. This literally travels through all of my planner setups. I love this rose one. And then this one was just like a random one that I found at Michael's. And then this floral one was from Hobby Lobby. But that is that. I prefer to go to Hobby Lobby to get all of my vellum. And yeah. Oh, and all of this stuff that I'm saying I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby, when I purchased it, I'm talking major clearance, like 90% off clearance. I'll have those videos linked for you to check out. That's like a great time to shop for your stash and kind of build your stash for those that are looking to do that. Buy clearance. I rarely pay full price for anything. I always try to use a coupon, and if I can find it on clearance, even better. But now it is time to add the deco into the planner. So I'm just going to go in and add it here and there how I kind of had it before. So I'm just going to put one in between all of the dividers. I'm not going to put this one here where it says make it happen. I'm going to actually put that one, quit slacking, and make it happen here. And then I'm going to put the plan for good things. I think I'm actually going to put this on the inside. I don't know. It's just something about having a divider here. Feels like the rest of the setup is protected. And then behind this, I'm going to go ahead and put this mental health one with some of that vellum. I love how this little overlay just goes so nicely. And then this one I had here for these pages. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this vellum here. And then to separate these pages, well, you can of course use a dashboard to separate your sections. You can do the same thing with vellum. I'm going to go ahead and put this progress, not perfection. And then here, I'm going to just put this currently. And I'm just going to pop this here. So for me, when I add deco in, of course you can filter through and add whatever you want. I just like to randomly place it sometimes. You know, just leave it be. And I'm going to go ahead and put this one here. And then right here, I'm going to put this floral. And I have one more piece that I'm going to go ahead and put behind that couple of pages there. Separate the dot grid. And then I have these two journaling cards. So again, when you're setting it up, I would start with function and then add in the decorative elements later. So that is it in a nutshell. This does have a pen loop. The pen that I've been loving, my Holy Grail pen is my Bic Gelocity in the 0.7, but I found these Papermate Inkjoy gel pens with the cap on them at Tuesday morning. Love those. And then back here, you could go ahead and put a little list pad if you wanted to. And then in this back pocket, you could also slide a notebook. Do I have one over here? I do. Because I have my B6TN over here. So I'm going to show you guys how you can put a notebook inside of here. Let me just take this one. So you simply just slide the notebook in there like so. And then in the front, you can decorate however you choose. I had this little thing here. I'm just gonna stick it back in here. It's a little beat up, but you can put clips, of course, more stickers. The pockets is just not an area that I am like so skilled in decorating. It's just never been my thing. And then this was so funny, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick this back in here, but it reminded me of my mom. It's actually a card that I saw at Target that I took a picture of and printed, and it says, "Well, honey, I don't give a rat's ass if you think peas are gross. You'll eat them and you'll like them." My mom was not one to play when it came to dinner. You were going to eat what she made or you were going to be hungry. So that's just like a little insider there. But as you can see, once I have this in, the notebook is, of course, longer than the pages. When I close it, everything fits. So if you wanted to have that notebook back there as an extra little, you know, jot down whatever, take it out, use it for whatever you want to use it for. I think I was using the one that I had in at the time. It's like a journal in a sense. So that is another option of what you can do with the back pocket. Of course, you can stick extra papers back there, but this is a great little starting point. And I hope that this setup gave you guys inspiration on not just the basics of setting up a planner, a ring bound planner specifically, but also the hacks and tricks that you can do to really use your stash and make it work for you. So that wraps it up for this video. Let me know in the comments section what planner you're using currently, and if you have ever used a ring bound planner, and if you have any tips and tricks, feel free to leave them in the comment section, as well as any other comments or suggestions you may have in general when it comes to planning or what have you. In the description box, I will of course have the Planning for 2020 series, other related videos, and all of the things that I can find when it comes to this setup linked there as well. Be sure to check out the blog and Instagram. Both are linked in the description box as well. The blog is chaoticcritic.com. My Instagram is @chaoticcritic. If you're not subscribed to the Chaotic Critic fam, what are you